Welcome, everyone. Today I am going to do a twin flame reading. I did do a soulmate reading, and how I do my readings for soulmates or twin flames is I do it like a conversation. So we're going to have the divine masculine on one side, the divine feminine on the other side, and then we're going to connect them down the middle with the gilded tarot, and then clarify. But I do it that way so we can see where each side is at. Not all readings are going to be for you, but I have a feeling that if you're here, there's probably some type of message in here for you. So, take that to heart. Also, use your intuition, because when I say divine masculine, divine feminine, you may be on either side, and that's fine. Be okay with that. So let's go ahead and get in the reading. And one of the reasons why I'm doing a reading like this again so quickly, well, it's not that quickly, but was because I gave each side a name. I gave one side Peter and one side Mary, and it confused a few people. So I figured let's do it again, but let's do twin flames. I'm not excluding soulmates though at the same time. So you'll just know. That's how I feel like in a reading. If it's for you, you'll feel it. You'll know it. Something, you'll get goosebumps. You'll see signs, pay attention to the numbers, all of that. But I'll walk you through that. So let's go ahead and begin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot for the Divine Feminine. We're going to put her right there. And I'm going to use the Tarot Dreams for the Divine Masculine. Look at that. The Hermit didn't want to come up with the rest of the deck. So some of you could talk about a Virgo. This is Virgo's Major Arcana. Could also talk about someone's spiritual awakening. Someone has gone through the dark night of the soul and now they're coming out the other end. Hopefully, they're definitely seeking wisdom. So we're going to put that back and we'll shuffle. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to connect the two of them and also to clarify. So we'll keep them over there. But I am going to start with Mother Mary. I always use Mother Mary in a twin flame reading, but something told me to do it today, so I'm going to do it. And we're going to go ahead and open up the reading. I just want to give another shout out to those who, those of you who've been following me know that my computer broke and it was quite devastating. And I have to say, you guys came through and with your donations, you helped me get another computer. So I could not be more grateful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll probably keep saying that because you just blew me away. Yeah, you blew me away. So thank you. All right. Oh, okay. I feel like I'm going to take those two. I'm going to trust my own intuition. And we will read the meaning of the card at the end of the reading. But let's begin. So we have Grace. I am filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of God's other creatures. So to me, that's a reminder. I don't know why my computer went dark. Here we go. Yeah, I am filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of God's other creatures. And then we have children. Some of you may have met as children. My heart is filled with love for children, which creates miracles and positive changes for them and me. I have a feeling that some of you may have met at a pretty young age. I'm going to bring the lid down a little bit. And let's go ahead and begin the tarot portion. So we're going to start with the Divine Masculine. I'm going to use, again, the Tarot Dreams. I'm going to give it a couple of shuffles. Everything is always pre-shuffled, though, just so you know that, because I do spend time to, meditate on the reading I'm about to do. I invite my spirit guides in, to invite your guides in, um, because I definitely read through my spirit guides. Okay, look at that, didn't want to come up. We have Four Cups. We're going to start with the Four Cups. I'm going to shuffle 3 cards. Again, this is the divine masculine, but remember, you can be on either side because we're both masculine and feminine. But we're starting with the Four of Cups. Four of Cups can talk about discontentment, boredom in one's life. It asks someone to use their spiritual discernment as it relates to making, I feel like, emotional decisions. Any decision, but really here, I feel like an emotional decision. We have the Five of Pentacles. It's like the divine masculine was thrown a tower. Five speaks about change, but in the Five of Pentacles, this is not always change that I asked for. So I don't know, the divine masculine or the divine feminine may have thrown a tower towards the masculine. Let's keep going. 4, 5, which is a 9, which is about reflection. I get this feeling that the divine masculine, look at that, 8 of Swords. I get this feeling the divine masculine may not be in the best of places right now. Maybe emotionally, maybe financially, maybe both. Now, the Eight of Swords. This is a self-created prison. This is someone who, I don't know, I feel like they're trying to hide from the world for some reason. I feel like this is definitely someone who's not content with their life right now. I feel like they definitely went through something. I have a feeling that's why we saw the Hermit, because I feel like the divine masculine was thrown into the dark night of the soul. I don't feel like I walked in there easily. I was thrown into it. So something happened in the masculine's life, and I feel like this is probably current energy. Now, this is a self-created prison, so really the only person who can uncreate this prison is the divine masculine. When I think of swords, I think of like my thoughts. And again, I feel like this person is in the energy of dissatisfaction. They may be suffering somewhat financially. They got 3 pretty difficult energies to start off with. Interesting. The Five of Pentacles, a 5, asks for change. The 8 is about a new beginning. Will this person allow themselves to have this new beginning? Sometimes they're forced, like kind of being forced into a new beginning. But let's keep going. We have the Knight of Cups. Interesting. This is about an unexpected couple fulfillment. It's interesting though, because when you look at the Four of Cups, this person's looking up. It's like they are, they see this cup here, right? And I often feel this is a cup that's being handed to someone from the hand of God. It's like a spiritual cup. It's love, with the Knight of Cups right beside it. I have a feeling this person is reflecting upon this. Should I bring this cup towards you, the divine feminine, or depending which side you're on? But I have a feeling they're in reflection right now of whether to offer that cup or not. I feel like they want to. Like, I don't have a doubt there. I definitely feel like they want to. But will they? Now, I say will they because it's mirrored by the Eight of Swords over here. But let's keep going. And it's interesting because this knight is looking back. So I feel like whoever the masculine wants to hand this cup to is someone of their past. It definitely makes me feel that you probably have already met in this lifetime. We have the Palace of Swords coming under the Five of Pentacles. And then we have another knight, the Knight of Swords. Excuse me, this person could be thinking about communicating, maybe communicating their love. However, there's a lot of fear wrapped around that. I feel like when I see the palace, I feel like that's something that I'm shooting for. So, what am I shooting for in the Palace of Swords? Well, I'm shooting for uniqueness, right? Like, someone who I know uniquely, how do I want to say this? I feel like I want to say that their heart belongs to mine. Like, I feel like the masculine is saying that, like, your heart belongs to me. Um, but somehow, some way, I lost it. I feel like this is someone who also carries, it's like, let's talk about like the King of Wands. That's someone who would put action in, right? They're just going to move according to their action, according to their passion. This feels like someone who may overthink something, like, maybe they're afraid of rejection. I don't think it's going to stop them, but it's here. All right, we're going to take three more or whatever wants to come out. Okay. We have the Page of Swords, but it's in reverse. Makes sense. Because with the Knight of Swords, and what you want to remember about a knight is a knight will complete their mission, right? I feel like, come hell or high water, I'm going to complete my mission. But it doesn't mean that it's easy. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to overthink it. And that's exactly what I feel. I feel like someone has been in some type of reflection where this is kind of reminding me of the soulmate reading. So definitely check that out too. But I feel like, because the Eight of Swords is here, it's like this fear in communicating to you, communicating to the divine feminine. Hmm. Ten of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and then the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, I can tell you this. The divine masculine right now is going through a hard time. Now, is it his own fault? Maybe. Um, this masculine has created a prison for himself. His thoughts are getting the better of him. His fears are overtaking his desires of what he would really like to do. I feel like this Knight of Cups, listen, I feel like eventually the divine masculine is going to eventually reach out. But again, there's fear wrapped around that. Ten of Wands, I feel like this could be someone who had been in a previous relationship and it didn't go well. It didn't go well. This could also be someone who just went through a divorce. I don't know why I'm picking that up, but I am. Or let's just say a breakup. I feel divorced because I feel like it could be someone who is suffering like financially because maybe Maybe I live in a state or a place where you get a divorce, it's like a 50-50, and there goes 50% of my income. Um, and I also feel like potentially the other person may have asked for this breakup, this separation, this divorce. But I feel like why? Well, because I think the divine masculine has had you in their heart. And, it doesn't mean that I don't get into other relationships, but no one can replace you. No one can replace you. And they know that. Now, I feel like their partner also knows that. I get this feeling like whoever they were connected to is would say to them, you're never going to be able to show me the love that I need. Um, I know that there's someone else on your mind. It's like intuitively they pick that up. I feel like this person probably has a family, could have children, but I do feel the separation. So I do feel like they are now separated from that person. And I do feel like they took a hit, like financially, but not just financially. But listen, as I say that, that sounds like, well, that sucks. But truth be told, I feel like really it is freeing them to live the type of life they want. And I feel like when I talk about the type of life they want, I mean emotionally. Let's not forget we're doing a twin flame reading. That means that your souls are connected, not just in this lifetime, but for eternity. And they know that. They feel that. Now, they may not give you the title of twin flame, they may not even know what that means, but they do know what love means. So I feel like, I don't feel the weight is on the divine masculine shoulders so much as I feel like they put the weight on another person's shoulders. Now, that could be a habit that they just have. But I feel like, if let's say you two of you were together before, they could have done the same thing to you. But now I feel like if that was the case, they live with regret. And I feel like the current relationship or the one that they're just leaving, I don't feel there's regret, as in like, I just lost this love. No, I don't feel that. I don't feel that at all. As a matter of fact, I feel like this may have been, they may have fallen in love in the beginning, but I kind of feel that it's probably more of a loveless type of relationship. And the other person knows that, has felt that. And therefore, what am I going to do? Right? It's like, how can I stay with someone that I know doesn't love me the way they deserve to be loved? Even if this is a karmic partner, everyone deserves to be loved. So the Seven of Pentacles to me is the energy of what's meant to be. This is about someone's soul seed of intention. These are experiences my soul wanted to have in this lifetime. And the divine masculine is part of it. Doesn't mean it always works out. Doesn't mean my humanness can't mess it up. Right? And I feel like that's exactly what happened. There was something. And then I'm looking at the seven, and we're in a universal year seven. So this could be something that's going to happen in this year, like some type of communication. But I feel like, if they're bold enough, if they can break free from this prison, I feel like they will reach out. Even though I don't feel like it's right away, I do feel like they're going to reach out. Again, I feel like God is like giving them the opportunity, but it has to come through their struggles. It's almost like if I'm God and I didn't give you these struggles, then you never would have learned how to become a good partner, you know. Um, I do feel like this is talking about this year, and I do feel the mass or the feminine is definitely part of this tree. Is one of these seeds. You know what we want to remember is when we come down into this lifetime. Yes, we came down to experience love, but we came down to experience love in all different formats. You know, sometimes there may have been a past life where we treated someone horribly and, well, now we pay the price in this lifetime, right? And that may be what happened here. So if they're with a karmic partner, and that's another reason why the Eight of Swords, we can't help them uncreate that. They have to do it for themselves. But when they do that, it's a lesson learned. And especially when it relates to karma, once a lesson is learned, it's learned for eternity. So I do feel like you're on, I'm saying you, let's just say the feminine is on their mind. I do feel like the feminine has always been on their mind. But that doesn't mean that they didn't go on, you know, and live their life and connect to other people. But again, it's like, I feel like they just could not find the fulfillment that they were truly seeking. You know, this could have been pleasurable, but not fulfilling. If that makes sense. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put that over here. I'm gonna look at the bottom of the deck. Look at this, the tower. Well, I feel that. I definitely feel the divine masculine is going through a tower moment. But in the same breath, I feel like it's a teaching moment. Hmm. You know, it's disruption. It definitely can feel difficult. Even breaking up with someone that I'm no longer in love with doesn't make it easy, right? Especially if, you know, we've been connected and there's finances connected, maybe children connected, right? It's not easy. Three swords underneath that. That's the divine feminine. This divine masculine has heartache in his heart, on his mind. But now he's got to find the guts to move forward, right? Five of Pentacles does speak of that. Um, put that right there. It does speak of that. You know, it does speak of like the energy of feeling thrown onto the cold. And even if it's the best thing for me, you know, and in that time period, I may not know that, I may not understand that. It is moving the person closer to soulmate type energy, the right people. Two knights. The Knight of Swords is looking right over at the knight, or right over at the Palace of Swords. I feel like if you were with this person before, or if you are this person, I feel like there could have been some dishonesty. Now, I don't know to what extreme, but enough so that it would have broke you up. And I feel like if this person is coming towards the feminine, they would have to come with truth. You know, they would have to. But in the same breath, I feel like that's what they would want anyway. I feel like this knight is searching for their unique partner. And it's the feminine. And then the Knight of Cups. But right this moment, I feel like because the Page of Swords is in reverse, it's just saying there is a time lapse, let's just say, of communication. I don't feel like it's going to stop it. I feel like they have to overcome what they have to overcome first. And again, I don't feel like we can help them because helping them is not going to help them to clear that karma, let's say. So they have to break free. When they do break free, and again, it can be the thought system. When they break themselves free, I feel like everything will start moving. But boy, I do feel like they're in a difficult place right now. All right, let's bring in the divine feminine. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot. I'm sorry, the Psychic Tarot. Some of you may know what they're going through, and some of you may not know. You may not have connected since you were young. It's kind of hard these days with like social media and that not to know what's going on in another's life. There's like so many different ways of connecting. But that doesn't mean, because I feel like maybe the masculine is, and I don't mean this in a creepy way, but like knows where the feminine is at, knows, what's going on in her life type of energy, but in the same breath doesn't mean that I let her know that I know. If that makes sense. All right. Divine feminine, what say you? I feel like the divine masculine also potentially has moved out of a certain location. Probably, if he was connected to someone, I feel like he's the one who left. He's the one who had to go find an apartment, a new house, what have you. Look at this. We open up a destiny for the divine feminine. Sometimes the wheel is turning, and sometimes it's not. But it's still destined. Destiny. I feel like my picture keeps going dark. Maybe it's just me. The Nine of Pentacles. Material harvest. So the divine feminine hasn't been doing nothing with her life. She's been building a career for herself. She's been, she's been thinking about her harvest. To me, this is success. This is someone who, if you haven't reached it yet, you are going to reach it. This person looks very bountiful, right? They have all that they need, but they put in the hard work to get there at the same time. It is a very independent type of energy. But it doesn't mean I don't want someone in my life. It just means I can take care of me. I often feel in our readings that it's interesting, real quick, how we go from the 4 to the 5, and here we go to the 10 to the 9. But anyway, yeah, I often feel like in our life, many of us meet like that soulmate or that twin flame early in life, but something happens where it doesn't work out. And I feel like, we don't try not to regret that because I feel like there's not just one thing that our soul wanted to accomplish. And I feel like the divine feminine knows that. Like, I feel like she has been busy, really creating something for herself. And I feel success for her. This is the meaning of this card is successful self employment. Now, it doesn't have to be self employment, but I love that it's sitting next to the wheel because I feel like it's something that it just feels right. You know what I mean? I'm noticing the sun behind him. Look at that. The hands are open to the universe. I like that because I'm not putting any restriction. Like things, like I'm learning that It's better to go with universal flow than demand things be exactly the way that I want them to be, because sometimes our spirit guides or God knows better. Anyways, I'm loving the way it's looking over here so far. It feels the opposite of over here. Let's keep going. Movement, choices, decisions. Interesting. Two pentacles. Bring that down just a little bit more. Two pentacles. Mirrored by the wheel. So the divine feminine has some type of change coming out, some type of offer. Now, is it from the divine masculine? We'll see. I feel like the divine feminine has to choose between a door. I don't know what's behind every door. Interesting how the cards are coming out one by one. Look at this. Well, hello, lovers. Right under the wheel. Destiny. I mean, is it destined to be? Certainly feels that way. And I feel like, just like I felt like in the soulmate reading, just like I feel like in a lot of readings, there's other things for us to accomplish. And I feel like the divine feminine is accomplishing them. But the lovers, card of Gemini, head over heart decision. We do have the Two of Pentacles over here, sitting next to the Nine of Pentacles. I have to tell you, they call the Two of Pentacles the Juggler's card, but I feel like it's more about using my logical mind of whether I want to add something in. I feel like, first of all, yes, it is a head over heart decision, but look at the name, Harmony. This is definitely about your twin. And it's sitting right under the wheel. All right, let's keep going. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Spiritual union. Spiritual union. It makes me feel like that the masculine must eventually get the guts to communicate to the divine feminine, because it puts the ball in her court. She's the one who's making the decision whether to accept or deny. But my God, with the lovers and then the spiritual union right next to it, I don't feel like I'm denying it. And by the way, again, I want to say that I feel like the divine feminine has probably led quite a different life than the divine masculine. And maybe that's just the way it was meant to be, right? They had their lessons to learn. They had their seeds to plant. They had their journey to take. And same over here. But I feel like over here, I'm much more grounded. I know what it is I want. I go after it. And I feel more like in a career type thing. Like I know the things that I want in my life. I feel like I want to say, like someone saying, like, I feel like there's some of you like own your own home. And I feel like it's very grounding for you. So I feel like all that was important. And now I feel like here comes the love. The Two of Pentacles making a decision about something. Well, what's matching it? The other two, spiritual union. Do I feel like that's an automatic yes? Maybe. Temperance. I love temperance in a love reading, because temperance is about divine timing. Temperance says let go of control. Let go of exactly the way something must show, and go with the flow of it instead. Understand that, sometimes things don't work out, but that doesn't mean that they won't work out later. Again, because I feel like each had their own seeds of intention that they needed to fulfill. This one may not have been quite as successful as this one. But that's okay. This is the card of Sagittarius, by the way. I feel like temperance, what the, to me, what temperance does is she's helping to balance the two soulmates here. She's helping to fill each of their cups. And that we can trust in. Again, divine timing. So maybe I'm letting go of control of exactly when something must happen. But I definitely feel like with the wheel here, I mean, it just feels destined. Doesn't mean it was easy. Look at this. Memories of love. So the divine masculine, I feel like has always had the divine feminine in his heart. Wow. I feel like the divine feminine has also always had the divine masculine in her heart. Now I'm saying her and him. It can be in her, a her and her, a him and a him. You'll know where you fit. This person, I feel like has really built a career for themselves, has really built strong foundation for themselves, has really followed some of their dreams as it relates to their creativity, their career, and I do feel success within that. This person, doesn't mean that they didn't build success for themselves, but I do feel like they lost some of it. Excuse me. I do feel like, well, I feel like they're going through the tower right now. But again, that tower, we always fear the tower, but really, I feel like the tower a lot of times can be our friend because it kind of forces us to move in a different direction. And maybe it's forcing the masculine to really look at how he has trapped himself, how his thoughts, how he has, well, maybe even broken the feminine's heart. All that is in his head. Feel it. Like I feel it. Like I feel my thoughts are like, damn it. However, now he's suffering the consequences of his actions. Memories of love. This makes me feel like, yes, you probably do know each other. Maybe you did meet as children, maybe as young adults. And, no matter what happened, there's still loving memories of this person. There were good things that happened also. And that is potentially what I feel like the feminine is now considering. Two sixes connected under the wheel. The lovers, memories of love, and spiritual union. Okay, let's keep going. Look at that. One by one. Rest and rejuvenation, healing. Healing. I feel like that's what the divine feminine needed. She needed to heal from whatever happened over here. And again, I feel like it feels like a long time ago. Doesn't have to be, but it does feel that way. Like, like it's something that happened a while ago. It took me a while to overcome it, but I did. And I feel like it is a must. Like if I'm going to, let's say the divine masculine finds the guts to reach out, reach out and communicate with the divine feminine. Again, the Knight of Cups, unexpected cup of fulfillment. So I feel like the divine feminine may not even know it, but it doesn't mean it's not. Again, I feel like The divine masculine's living in her heart. Temperance is like, I had to give you time. I had to give you time to heal. Maybe both. Probably both. It is a time out. What's interesting is we have quite a few cards on this side where our hands are out, but out in a way where I'm open to the universe. I'm open to the universe's suggestions. Where should I move next? What is best for me? I'm trusting in divine, and I'm trusting in divine timing. This person, I almost feel like they're meditating. And, maybe it's even what they do for a living, what the divine feminine does for a living, in a spiritual field, works in a spiritual field. I definitely feel like they understand the importance of being grounded. Okay. Excuse me. Wow. So the Eight of Wands, fast moving energy. An eight, infinity, as above, so below. No beginning, no end. That would definitely describe twin flames. There is no beginning, there is no end. It always will be, it always is. So be it. This is also the energy of what I think about, I bring about. My intentions. Maybe the divine feminine is now putting those intentions out into the universe. Maybe she's ready. And she's telling the universe, you know what? I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of her deck. Material and spiritual prosperity. Beautiful. So I feel like the divine feminine has definitely made a name for herself. Now that doesn't mean that I'm rich. Doesn't mean, you may do something like I do, right? Where I have my own business and I'm far from rich. But I'm rich in different ways. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a lot of money. I have barely any money, but I'm rich with love and I'm rich with you people, my spiritual team, like my soulmate team. There's many different ways of feeling rich. I don't know why I'm saying all that, but I do feel like the feminine is also, I feel like she's receiving her harvest of her hard work. Okay, we're going to put them side by side over here. Look at this. I just wanted to look what was under that because we did it for the masculine and we have the Four of Cups, the very first card that the masculine has. The feminine has underneath the Six of Pentacles. Discontentment, boredom. This person has their back turned towards the world. I feel like it's relating to the Four of Swords. Like, I almost didn't have a choice but to heal myself, but to move out of this type of energy. And I chose the path of my career, of my creativity. And I feel like that's kind of what saved me. Oh, look at that. The sun underneath that. Okay, now what we're going to do, first of all, let me get them all in order, get them a little bit closer together, and we're going to connect them. We're going to go right down the middle. Excuse me. And we're going to connect them. And then we'll go back and clarify. Even though, my God, this just seems like I just feel like I get it. I get it. I get both sides. You know, it's interesting. I have a deck of cards that's called Past Life Tarot, and I love them. I love doing past life readings, and I do them often, and they're one of my favorites. And I was going to bring them out for this reading, but something told me to now put them back. But I'm not sure. I might bring them back out just to see because I feel like I definitely know, like you had past lives together, and you'll have future lives together. That's if you choose to come back down into this world, because I feel like if I don't know, like I may be wrong, but I feel like twin flames are old souls at the same time because I feel like this isn't just about this lifetime. And maybe that's why the masculine, again, I felt like the energy of, listen, maybe it was you in a past life that, um, I don't know, I want to say the word trampled all over, and now he's paying that price, but through another. I mean, why would it, not with you? All right, going right down the middle. You guys let me know what you think of, because this is a brand new computer. I don't think I need my microphone. But let me know what you think about the picture, about the video quality, and about the sound. All right, Ten of Wands, Ace of Swords. Interesting because we have the Ten of Wands here. And the Ten of Wands is next to this Eight of Swords. Do I think the divine masculine has a little fear? Yes. Do I think he even has fear about a new relationship? Yes. Why? Because, listen, I don't want to go through the Ten of Wands again. Now, this is telling me that both of them, both the masculine and the feminine, have gone through this type of energy. This is really a period of time when there's a lot of responsibilities. This can talk about, especially, where did I see it? Where did I see it? I thought I saw the Six of Pentacles, but now I can't find it. Maybe I'm not meant to yet. Anyways, do I feel like this is, first of all, it's a 10, right? Tens want to end. Destiny, 10. The wheel wants to get moving. Ace of Swords, communication, communication, truth. So I feel like, let's just say who's ever making the initial communication, I'm saying initial, this may be, again, a reconnection, but still, the initial communication in the current day energy, it is of truth. Beautiful. Knight of Pentacles. You know, having Temperance here and the Knight of Pentacles, it's like your spirit guides are alive. It's like your spirit guides are involved. They want the two of you together, but in the right time. That's what the Knight of Pentacles is about. I love the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like Knight of Pentacles is guardian angel energy who's bringing you in a pentacle. And to me, a pentacle means it's something that's coming into your physical world, but in the right time, not before, not after. Now that we have the Knight of Pentacles and Temperance really in the same line as the lovers and spiritual union, I feel like I can kind of leave go of control and just know that when the timing is right, the timing is right. Look at this, the Fool. Beautiful. It's like, take a chance on me. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on you. The Fool leaves the past in the past. And maybe that's part of this, right? Because if we bring the hardships, let's just say, whether it's the hardships that the two of us together went through or the hardships that they went through that they're going through right now, you don't want them, right? You don't want them to bring their hardships into your life. And vice versa, though I don't feel like there's hardship over here. The Fool coming into the Knight of Pentacles. It's stating that there will be another chance. I mean, and the Fool is, to me, it is childlike energy. It is like living through my inner child, and my inner child is unencumbered. I feel like it definitely is saying the past has got to be the past. And maybe looking at this as it comes together, because I feel like the ball is in a divine feminine's court. So if she says yes, it's about starting from day one and then moving forward. Your guardian angels are connected here. Your guardian angels are connected to both. I find that beautiful. Okay. I almost feel like I don't need clarity, but um, what I love is I feel like I have my whole table to work on now, and I love that. Okay. What do I want to look at? I think let's start on the masculine side. And let's look at the Five of Pentacles. And let's look at the Eight of Swords. There's a King. King of Wands. Can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but it doesn't have to be. This is the King of Action. Look at that. The most beautiful love card in the deck to me. This is about, they call it the marriage card. Commitment. This is the energy. Oh, I feel like, I don't want to give anyone false hope because I don't know how long it's going to take this one to overcome the inner fears that they have. I don't know how long it's going to take. But I do know one thing. I know that your spirit guides are very involved in this. This is, to me, love at its finest. Yes, they could have been married before. It is a marriage card. But again, that marriage didn't work out. But I don't feel like this is even speaking about what was. I feel like this is speaking about what will be or what they would like what they would like to see happen. Now, I do feel like this is saying that when this person sets themselves free from this self-created prison, they are looking for a commitment. This isn't anyone who's just looking for a good time. And if they are, then that's not your person. This person's looking for a commitment. Look at this, the Three of Wands. Kind of love that because this is this is a choice at how I want to look at my future. This is an optimistic view, no matter what else has happened. I feel like I kind of feel like you share guides, and I feel like the guides are important, are helping the divine masculine break free of this prison because they know until they do, it's almost like they're protecting the feminine, right? Because listen, there's no way that I want you to bring your crap into my life because over here, I feel pretty dang grounded. I feel success, you know? And again, that can be measured in different ways. It feels like we're starting from ground zero. Um, I feel like they need to have a change of heart. Not really a change of heart because I feel like like you've always been in their heart and always will be. By the way, let's just say something happens, you say no, and it doesn't come together, you're still in their heart. So, Three of Wands also says, you know, appreciate what you have right this moment and know that in due time your ships will arrive. Now, this is coming over right in the middle. So, both are really sharing that energy, optimistic view of our future. Okay, what else do I want to look at? I don't want to over clarify just because I feel like I already have the majority of the answers, but let's come down. Let's look at the Knight of Cups. I love how the cards are just like floating. Hello, world. The next chapter. Beautiful. The world is a very spiritual time. You know, it's like the divine masculine definitely has gone through the dark night of the soul, but I feel like they put themselves there. It's because of their own actions. But now I feel like they know that. They know that now. The world coming over the Knight of Cups. This is someone who wants a new beginning. And that's exactly what the world offers. Now, listen, I don't feel like the world energy shows up unless someone's ready for it. The Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. Excuse me. Let me take a drink real quick. Okay. So the Eight of Cups, especially now that it's touching the Eight of Swords, the Divine Masculine had to really dwell deep into his emotional house. He had to figure this out. And I feel like it has taken time. He had to figure out how things kept going wrong. I feel like for some of you, your divine masculine may have even like relocated. Who knows? Maybe to your city or a city near you. I like that the Nine of Pentacles is following the world on divine masculine side because I feel like that's what he needs. He needs grounded type energy. We're getting a lot of Virgo energy also, so I have to say that. Um, it's interesting because I was almost going to do Virgo's reading for September, but I already did our birthday reading. So I thought I'm going to do the twin flame reading because a lot of people got confused within the soulmate reading. So I hope this is going to help give you the clarity you need. So I feel like now, as we move towards the world's energy, right, the next chapter opens. I feel like, The divine masculine is much more grounded now. I feel like definitely the masculine had to dwell deep into his emotional house, and I feel like he did. And I feel like that is his saving grace. Like I don't think if he just would have ignored like all the things that have gone wrong, I feel like all like it just would have continued. I don't think so anymore. It's interesting though because if you look at the 8 of Cups, this person's walking away from those cups, heading towards the next energy. Well, that's the 9 of Cups. That's inner harmony. But also, what he's looking up to is the 4 of Wands. Love at its finest. This can also talk about families being combined. You know what I mean? Like I have kids, he has kids, and we become one big family. Maybe talking about children. Maybe they have children, and the fear of like, if I've gone through a divorce or something, like, I don't want to disconnect with my children. I feel like over here, they would welcome the children. Doesn't mean the children are moving in, anything like that. Maybe the children are grown. But I feel like it's about all the harmony for everyone, even for this karmic. Because I feel like this karmic's going to go do whatever she wants to do. So, like, I don't want to look at this karmic as a bad thing because I feel like it's the divine masculine who chose it. And that's all we need to talk about as far as that. Okay. All right. What do I even want I feel like there's nothing to look at for the divine feminine. I feel like everything is so clear. But let's look at the wheel. 6 of Wands. It's the energy of victory. I feel like the divine feminine has a platform. I feel like other people look up to her or him. But mainly because of the actions that they've taken in their lives, the things that they've overcome. But I also feel like as this relates to the divine masculine coming towards the divine feminine, it is a victorious energy. I feel like because the Ace of Swords is also here and this is coming over the wheel, I do feel like this person is going to speak their truth. But listen, in the same breath, I feel like the divine feminine is going to know, like instantly, because I feel like she really trusts her intuition. It wasn't overnight that I learned to trust my intuition. It's through my experiences. And I feel like, again, like I may have a spiritual type business. Well, let's see what else we have. Hello, Chariot. We're in the year of the Chariot. So this is perfect energy to come out. And again, we're looking at the wheel. To me, the Chariot is the combination of the masculine and the feminine. It is unlimited potential. The only limits are what our humanness puts upon it. Spiritually, we know there's no limit. Truly. This is also about learning that our intentions really determine where our life is going to end up, right? Like if I keep putting out negative intentions, chances are negativity is going to keep coming back to me. But I don't feel like that's the case because I don't think the chariot would show. This is movement. I feel like the masculine has moved. Like not for everyone, but I definitely feel like the masculine has changed locations. And again, maybe like like almost like well, let's talk about my story. You know, um Sam and I are twins. That's why I do these readings because I have the experience. Otherwise, I wouldn't do them. But he lives in my hometown. I lived in Rhode Island. Well, he lives in Pennsylvania. I lived in Rhode Island, but we've reconnected long distance. And now I have moved back home. I moved in with him. So I'm living back in my hometown and I'm feeling a similar type energy here. This is a card of Cancer, also, by the way. I know there's some Cancers like, hey, and then look at this. Hello, Judgment. This is your spiritual team, and they are calling you to the present moment. They are saying that there is about to be a rebirth in your life. Will you accept it? It's up to you. But this is about a rebirth. And right over the wheel, right over destiny. I feel like this person's going to come in and communicate. I feel like because the spirit guides are so involved here, first of all, just listen to your intuition. As they speak, listen. Listen with your spiritual ears, right? Again, don't forget somewhere, oh, right here, the Fool. That means I'm going to allow the past to be the past. Why would I do that? Because I feel like this person has truly evolved. And if they haven't, you're going to know it. But I feel like if they haven't, they wouldn't be coming towards you. They'd still be locked and confused and stuck. I feel like they're freeing themselves, and I feel like they're your guides. And I'm saying, again, I feel like you share guides, at least as it relates to your love. You're so involved. So, present moment energy, so that the rebirth can take place. The Fool, again, is like a rebirth. Wow. Okay. What else? Do I want to look at anything else? Let's just look at the Lovers and spiritual union with Temperance. Let's just take a couple cards on it. We have the Tower. Don't fear the Tower. Again, let's remember the masculine is going through a tower right now. Could talk about, when I see this image, I often feel like someone feels like, they fell from grace. Interesting. Oh, we got the word grace. Interesting, because I feel like that, like I fell from grace. But it doesn't mean I can't rebuild myself. I can't lift myself back up. Whoa. All right, let's take what's face up first. We have the Hangman. Hello, Ten of Cups. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. First of all, I feel like the Eight of Pentacles is answering a question for you. Can this truly work out? Well, the Eight of Pentacles says if you put your focus on it, baby, it's going to work out. Wherever you put your focus is what you're going to succeed in. Now, it doesn't mean you just put your focus on love. Anything in life. If you're willing to put your focus on it, then yes, you're going to reach success. And I often feel like in my twin flame readings, not all of them, but I feel like the energy of even collaborating. Maybe I own a business over here. And, it's funny because I keep saying to Sam, like, I need to bring you into my business in some way, some format. I just haven't figured out how yet. You know what I mean? But I do feel like there may even be some collaboration. Eight, again, a new beginning. Now coming over Temperance, sitting next to the Ten of Cups, the House of Harmony, House of Love. I do feel like there's going to be some combining of families. Again, children may be young, children may be grown. But I feel like what it's really saying is like if I have my family, they have their family, everyone's going to love everyone. The hangman's coming under judgment. The hangman's a pause in the action. And I feel like why would the hangman want to pause this action? Well, what's right below it? The Four of Swords. I needed to heal. There's no way around it. I needed to heal. Why do I need to heal? So I can let go. I can let go. I don't feel like this tower is speaking of present day energy. I feel like this is what had already happened. And the recovery of that. I love that the lovers is here with spiritual union and then the Ten of Cups. Maybe it's also saying with the hangman, because think about the hangman. It is a pause in the action, but it's not for nothing. The hangman is seeking wisdom, and judgment is right above the hangman, seeking wisdom on my next steps. It's almost like I hear from the divine masculine and then I pray. Should I? This is meant to be. And I feel like whatever you're praying, you're receiving your answers, like answered prayers. So I don't feel like the hangman is in the pause state for long. But listen, the tower is connected. So I just got to make sure. I feel like that's what the feminine is saying. I just got to make sure. I just got to make sure. Okay. I'm going to do one more, and I'm just going to cross the whole thing. And it's just for anything else that wants to come out now. Two of Wands. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Hello, Ace of Pentacles. By the way, just the way I laid the cards down, the Ace of Pentacles is now directly over the Knight of Pentacles. And again, I feel like every knight is going to complete their mission. Do they complete it? Like, when do they complete it? Well, at the right time. That's what the Knight of Pentacles is all about. I come in at the right time, not before, not after. When I know that the two of you can take this seed and allow it to blossom. Well, hello, Page of Swords now in the upright. There's your communication. That's them breaking free from that prison. That's them taking that chance. Four of Cups. Interesting, because in a way, the Four of Cups doesn't feel like it fits, right? But again, look at this one. Here is the one. Here's the image I was talking about where this cup is being offered. Feels like it's from the hand of God. I do feel like, I don't feel like the mass or the feminine is like very quickly saying yes. I do feel like the feminine wants to take a moment. And I do feel like you should, like, take a moment, hear them out. Use your spiritual ears, though. Trust your intuition, not your fear based mind. All of that is up to you because ultimately I feel like the ball ends up in the feminine's court. But this is showing that can this go to the Ten of Cups? Yes, and beyond. And beyond. If we focus on it, we can grow it. Again, the eights. No beginning, no end. Infinity. New beginnings. New seeds. New blossoms. You've lived in each other's hearts for eternity. I feel like I feel like I just want to take one more because I don't want to leave it on an energy that is a little uncertain, even though I know better. We have the Two of Pentacles. Again, Two of Pentacles, balls in your court, and then justice. Let's talk about justice. Now, does this mean, you may hear, like, it may come in and say, like, I actually got a divorce. This is cutting up ties. I do feel like, I do feel like the masculine had to deal with some karma, had to deal with a karmic relationship. I feel like it was all part of the master plan, but how long it takes us to overcome or to move away or move out of something is really like our humanness. Like, we can spend years with someone that just we know isn't right for us. And it's up to us to make that move, right? But once we do, it's like our guides are right there. They're ready, but they can't make us move. Well, shouldn't say that because sometimes the tower can. Sometimes the tower is universal energy. Justice. First of all, it's card Libra. But justice is about making you whole again. When you think of the twins, think of two souls coming together as one. That's what justice does. She's balancing the cups. It is about the balance of the two twins. And I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to make this too long. Um, However, I think I am just going to I'm saying throw, but I feel like I just want to take one or two past life cards on this just to see if it can give us any more clarity, even though I don't know how this could be any clearer. But I mentioned it, so I feel like we should. Look at that. Forgiveness. Wow. Forgiveness. I mean, can I forgive? And if I can't forgive, then there's no sense of going forward. I feel like this is talking about the lesson that these twins, this is one of the lessons that they're learning. And maybe it's from a past life, probably this life also. Forgiveness. Okay, that is where I'm going to leave it. I knew something told me to pull that card. Look at the two beautiful white doves, symbol of love, purity. I just love it. I can't guarantee you when this is going to happen because, again, I can't control, right? Because that Eight of Swords, no one can control that except the person who's created it. But I don't feel like there has been any waste of time over here on the feminine side. I feel like she's been busy creating her life and creating success and it feels very grounded. It doesn't mean that, something coming towards me can't throw me off a little bit, but I feel very quickly like she's going to rebalance herself, recalculate. That's not the right word I'm looking for. But you know what? Let's leave it at this. Forgiveness. Maybe from a past life, but also in the present life. And that is why the Fool is here. Fool says, if you're going to bring past into the present, do we not just repeat it again? Hmm. I don't know, guys. I found this quite beautiful. I feel the struggles and I feel the things that we had to overcome. And listen, I went through all this. Sam wasn't in a relationship, but man, there was a lot of lot of fear that just raised its ugly head before we ever came together. But something made us keep working at it and working at it. And now we're in union. Forgiveness, unlimited potential. I'm going to leave it there. I thank you guys again for your beautiful donations. Truly, truly. I could not do this on YouTube without you. And I know that. And I want you to know that. I want you to know that I know that. um, I thank you for liking the video if you liked it. Don't like it if you don't. This may definitely be the type of video where you have to watch more than once. You know what I mean? Kind of keep it in your back pocket. And as things start to change, watch it again. Because I feel like this is a lot like in a personal reading. I feel like in personal readings, as energy changes, you watch it again, it's like you pick up different messages, like messages that you missed before or you didn't quite understand. You have clarity in. So this is one of those kind of readings where I feel like keep it in your back pocket, pull it out when you need it. Um, but beyond all, trust your own intuition, trust your guides, and use your spiritual discernment. But I feel like try not to put a lot of restrictions on your life because it just feels like I'm still talking about the reading. I don't know why. It just feels beautiful to me. Anyway, thank you for subscribing. Thank you to those who've been with me. I know it and I feel your energy in the readings all the time. I know I don't say names, but I do know, like, I feel a lot of you in these readings, even if you don't think I do. I do. And I feel like my guides put that there for me. Thank you for sharing the videos. You don't realize who you help. Sometimes you do. Sometimes they'll tell you. But I know because I get a lot of emails of people telling me that. So thank you for that. Just thank you for everything you do for this channel. Again, eh, this channel wouldn't be here without you. So thank you. I pray that this comes together in the most beautiful of ways. Trust in your spirit guides. Trust in your spirit guides. And I'm going to let that be. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.